YouTube, we are in the top 16. We are going into the top 16 of the brand new selection pack, Wandering Travelers. This is a top tier pack. This is the most impactful pack that I believe we have gotten, even more so than DPE. Floowandereeze is seemingly top tier. The adventure engine is so good they had to preemptively semi-limit it. You're going to get the full top 16. Hajime.
There can only be one winner. And you're looking at it. Let's go.
Top 16. Let's have a channel point bet for this and reset the scores. Rite of Adventure, play the token, grab the Faithful Adventure. He does have the Ash Blossom. He cannot Ash Blossom yet. He could Ash Blossom this. Ash Blossoming the ability to add a Draco back, I don't think that is a good use of Ash Blossom. You want to negate them searching for the Wandering Griffin Rider. I think that was not good. That baited. That was a bait. He got jebaited. Yeah, now he's got Wandering Griffin. Now he's got Omni Negate. Does that make sense? It does not. Griffin Rider is here, ready to Omni Negate anything. Now we know we could play through Nibiru. We don't have to worry about any hand traps. We don't have to hold back on our combo. We're going all in. He put all his favorite cards into a 60-card deck. Going to summon the Jet Synchron into Aurora Dawn. Aurora Dawn, summon 3 tokens. With the 3 tokens, we're going to tribute itself and a token to then summon an Olion. Olion and a token into the Dang Long or Guardian Rose Maiden instead. We're going to be going for a True King of All Calamity play. Summoning a token with the effect of the Olion, discarding the Garden to summon the Jet Synchron onto the field. Shokan into a Coral Dragon. Coral Dragon is a tuner. Going to make a level 9 Synchro Shokan. Draw 2 cards. Pot agreed right now. Drawing into the Draco back that you prevented me from searching. Using the Garden Rose Maiden to summon Coral Dragon back onto the field to now make a Shen Shen. Any card sent from the field to the graveyard will be banished, but we're not going to be using that effect. We're going to be making True King of All Calamities. Oh my, should the Adventure Tenyi deck make True King of All Calamities instead of be going for the Yang Zing plays? He teleports the Punk Seaman onto the field, minus 600 Keck W, grabbing the Foxy Tune. What more can we do beyond this? We have Omni Negate, plus your opponent can't activate any card effects that are monster in the fields. Also will not be able to attack with any monsters. The Shooting Riser Dragon could send a Fairy Tale Snow or the Water Enchantress Adventure to the graveyard. We have the Fairy Tale Snow, which will be able to banish any card, I should say, flip any card the opponent controls face down, making a Baron de Floor, trading the Wandering Griffin Rider for a Baron de Floor Negate. Now, how are we going to break this? By declaring fire, fire cannot be activated on the hand or graveyard. We're going to activate a light monster. We can't activate any monster on the field, though. The Ashuna in the graveyard will be able to activate, banishing. We could Baron de Floor negate whenever we want. We could Ash Blossom negate this, preventing him from summoning a worm from the deck. Negate. We have not committed to our normal summon yet. We're going to use the Water Enchantress, which will be negated by Baron de Floor, attempting to search for the Adventure Engine. I do not think so. Normal summoning the Rox Rose Dragon into Crystron Hulk. Hulk is not activatable, and the Rox Rose is not going to activate in the graveyard. It has to be sent, the other one. So this is the wrong one. And also is not able to activate on normal summon to grab the special summon, unfortunately. We're going to Fateful Adventure, adding a Water Enchantress. Since we no longer have the Griffin, we're going to discard the Draco back. Draco back, when sent to the graveyard, is going to equip onto your token. We're going to return the 9-pillar back to the hand with the Draco back. With the token on the field, we could special summon the Water Enchantress without even committing to our normal summon. And just like that, lethal damage. Justinian, with a 60-card pile-based good stuff deck, wins it. Chat, how many engines does your deck have? Justinian.
Yes.
Yes. He's got all the engines, everything. Special summoning Adhara into the Monk. We have not used up our normal summon yet. Normal summoning the Red Rose Dragon into a Christian Hulk. The Red Rose Dragon will only be if sent to the graveyard for a synchro material. Will it search for the whole Red Rose engine? We're going to Aurora Dawn. So you're not the only one that could do Aurora Dawn Wombo combo plays. We're going to turn our O-line into a level 7 by sending a Shuna. We're going to summon the Jet Synchron onto the field by discarding a card from the hand, Baron de Flor. That will trigger the Dang Long to summon a Yang Zing from the deck. Come forth, Chillin, level 1 tuner. We're going to be banishing the O-Lion to additionally summon the O-Lion from the hand. Ashuna is going to lock us into Worm-type monsters by summoning a level 7 non-tuner. We can now make a level 8 Synchro Worm. We're worming into Grandmaster. Grandmaster is going to activate search in our deck for a Long Yun. We don't have room to Long Yun and have a token, so we're going to make the room by making Chang Ying. Long Yun, discard a worm, come forth and summon, plus a token. Now, we're out of level 10 synchros. If you were to copy the Japanese and TCG Adventure Tenyi decks, there would be another level 10 synchro you could make, but there is not. So instead, what you could do here is make Yazi. Yazi could be popped with the Baron de Flor. Then he could summon Taya. Taya make Baxia. Baxia, pop a token, summon a level 1, make a Chang Ying, not the Chang Ying, the Chao Feng, then lock him out of light monsters. Is that what we're going to do? Let's go. Let's go. Burn for 1,200. Wait, he didn't do any of that. What? No Chao Feng. Keck wait. Keck wait. Negate. Melody the Awakening Dragon. Call by the Grave, negate. The negate, but do we negate the negate the negates? 9 Pillar Mate, negate. Could have, had Chao Feng instead of Yazi, but, it's okay. This is fine. It's going to pop the Yazi, come forth and summon. Yazi not activating. Do you already use Taya? Did I miss something? Do you not play Taya? Why Yazi not activate? What's going on? Baron de Flor negating the Right of Adventure. I do not think so. And that is a scoop. Game 2. What the shite? Shuffle in the deck, then destroy the Yazi. It was made on purpose to make it miss the timing. What the shite? Water Enchantress banishing to grab the Right of Adventure. We're going to grab a token and the Fateful Adventure. Triggering the Fateful to grab a Draco back by normal summoning the Punk Seaman. Fateful Adventure is going to be responded to with an Effect Veiler. Okay. He just doesn't want him to summon the Wandering Griffin Rider to negate the Effect Veiler. Discard the Draco back, activate Equip onto the token, making it indestructible by the first battle. Wandering Griffin Rider is going to be Omni Negate, negating Nibiru, negating any hand trap. Quick launch. Now we could safely make our plays. We're going to Rocket Tracer with Seaman into the Christian Hulk. Hulk is going to be able to summon a Jet Synchron and Hulk into Aurora Dawn. We're going to special summon the Collapsed Serpent, banishing the Valkyria, sending a Fairy Tale Snow from the deck to the graveyard, which will be activatable next turn. Making a Baron de Flor with the Coral Dragon. Then we're going to summon Coral Dragon back on the field. Then we're going to make Shen Shen. Baron de Flor, Wandering Griffin Rider, Omni Negates, and a True King of All Calamity mates. Double Negate plus True King of All Calamity. And we drew 2. Nuts. Okay. We just made our already good combos just better and more protected with the Adventure Engine. Corridor, if we could make room on the field, we could summon that Corridor into a Thunder Dragon Colossus. If we summon Baron de Flor into the extra monster zone, if we were able to, or the True King of All Calamity in the extra monster zone, then we would have been able to make a Colossus. We're going to special summon Adhara. We can't activate any monster effects on the field. We can still activate them in the graveyard, though. Christian Hulk can activate. We are going to use the Wandering Griffin Rider to negate the Mecha Fanabiso Lion from summoning a token onto the fields. What kind of negate is that? We can't attack. We cannot activate on the fields. back to Justinian. True King of all Calamities is going to declare Light, which is now going to make Nibiru illegal. You cannot activate Nibiru. We're going to go all in. We're going to grab the Eschatos. Everything in attack position, Baron to floor, wiping out the Krishon Halk. Wandering Griffin Rider is going to be negated by the Baron to floor from summoning itself onto the field. Negate and destroy. Open fields, lethal damage. We're not going to even summon 5 times. Justinian advancing to the top 8 with his 60 card everything deck. He's got 20 engines in his deck. Quadra set versus Adventure Tenyi. Red Rose Tenyi, Adventure Tenyi. We are going to Solemn Judgment, negate the Right of Adventure. I do not think so. No. Now, what else do we have? We have an Ice Dragon Prison play. We could summon, we could banish a card from the graveyard. He's going to Wandering Griffin Rider, summon while he is able to. Only summonable if you have no monsters or an adventure token. We have a level 8 Synchro play, Synchro Shokan or Krishon Halk. Halk is so good, you make that instead. Aurora Dawn. Can we stop the Aurora Dawn? You are a machine, so we could Ice Dragon Prison, summon a machine from the graveyard to then banish your Aurora Dawn. We're not doing that. We're going to tribute itself to then... Now we're going to Ice Dragon Prison. Why not wait for the effect and then banish what he summons, and that looks like a possible better play. We're going to normal summon into Yazi. Summon a level 1 tuner, make it level 7 untargetable Yazi. Yazi popping itself plus a card on the fields, and that's going to summon a Taya from the deck. What can we do about that? Taya into the Grandmaster. Chillwin is also summoning from the graveyard. What you could do is you could Haquero banish the Chillwin. That might be the last good opportunity to activate your Haquero. He's not doing so. Yazi being banished would do nothing. Taya banishing, come forth and summon a token. We're going to be making Baxia or a Grandmaster. Baxia's here, returning up to 2 cards on the field back into the deck. Taya is going to be Chainlink blocking the Baxia, so it cannot be negated by the Golden Land forever. That is a Royal Baxia, by the way. What the... Summoning Haquero, banishing Adhara, banishing the Chillin would have been better here. Yeah, now he's going to be able to sync her off with the Baxia and the Chillin into the Chow Fang, preventing the activation of Eldlich. This could have been preventable. I do think he would have lost anyway, though. He's only at 4,000 life. And just like that, Scar Black winning game 1 against Eldlich. I'm going to remind you all that next week is the $1,000 tournament. The $1,000 tournament. All these qualifier tournaments are inviting the best players into the $1,000, which is next week. 5-set goes in match. We are locked into light monsters only. Maxi draw off of the Elixir. We also have Imperial Order to negate the Adventure Engine. I mean, not Coco's got to be able to win this. This is ridiculous. Imperial Order, Eldlich. You got to be kidding me. We have a no play. What you could do is you could equip the Draco back onto your opponent's non-effect monster to then return the Gozen match back. While equipped to a non-effect monster, can we use the Draco back, which is right now. We could do that. Equip to the Conquistador and then return. But not during the end phase. He's likely going to get the Conquistador off the field, though. Goodbye to the Enchantress, 500 to the face. He needs to link summon this off, or he will use Draco back against him. Does he know that he could Draco back? Should he Draco back? Water Enchantress banishing. Come forth, Right of Adventure. Activating the Right of Adventure to reveal the Imperial Order. Negate. Cross out, designate. You don't have your own Imperial Order. You're negating your cross out with cross out. Negate. Setting Enchantress and ending. Elixir, come forth and summon. And listen. I know this is a bit obvious, but when I'm commentating on what he could do and someone goes, but he has Imperial Order, we're not commenting around face down hidden cards. I could hide them if you want. Would that be better for commentating? You let me know. Because we're acting like we don't know that. We're acting like we did have to Draco back, not knowing there's a freaking Imperial Order. Now, we do not have a Gustav Max lethal damage. Gustav Max is what kind of attributes? It is an Earth. We're not even able to summon it with the Gozen match. Water Enchantress, banishing to grab a spell that will be negated by the Imperial Order. Ishuna into Chewin, into Torrential Tributes, into Negate. But we have to pop the Chewin now, mates. Disrupting our play that we wanted to make. Essentially doing what the Torrential Tribute was supposed to do. No! I negate your Torrential from stopping me from making a play. I will stop myself from making the play. Why, thank you. Haquero is going to be banishing the Chewin. And we are now going to... We can make a Pallades, yes? Pallades is nuts. Return a card from either player's field back to the hand, returning the monster and attacking game. All right, 1-1. Just Imperial Order and you win. Opening up, we're going to, before we get negated by Imperial Order, be making our spell card plays. Very good. We're not going to be disrupted by Imperial Order in any way now that we're able to go first. We got the token. We're going to trigger the Fateful Adventure, grabbing the... we're going to activate it. We didn't have to trigger. We already had Draco back in the hand. We're going to special summon the Griffin. And just like this full play, if you wanted to learn it, is on my YouTube. Adventure Tenyi. So if you open up the Adventure plus the Red Rose, let's see what the final field looks like if he's going to replicate our play. The final field is going to look like... That's going to be Chang Ying, monster negates. That's going to be light monsters cannot activate. Dark monsters cannot special summon. Or you could make it so water monsters cannot be summoned. We'll have another Omni Negate. And we have an Omni Negate face down with the 9 pillar. So negate, monster negate, no light monsters mate. Chang Ying banish, and you can't summon dark or water monsters. Will he be making that play? We're going to Emergence, grab Protos. What the hell went wrong here? What? Scar Black. If I look at your deck list, I swear you could have made my full play. I swear you could have. All right. Let's go. Triggering the Torrential Tribute. We're going to negate the Torrential Tributes. Chaining another Torrential Tribute. Imperm, negate the Torrential Tributes. Double negate. Impermanence, negate. Damn. That was pretty good. There's nothing he could do to stop that. Double Torrential negated. Wow. Baron de Floor is going to get poppin' the Imperial Order, Faithful Adventure. Just random pop the set Imperial Order, then activate his spell. Heck, wait. We're going to be grabbing the Water Enchantress. Water Enchantress, grab the Rite of Adventure. Rite of Adventure, summon a token onto the field. He impermed his own card. His own card. He impermed his own card. We're going to Long Yun, discard, summon a token. Play the Draco back in the other side, the other column. Returning the Ice Dragon Prison back to the hand. Chang Ying is here. Burn for 1200 KW. Grandmaster is going to banish to negate a card on the field, which will trigger the Chang Ying to banish the Eldlich, opening up the field for lethal damage. And just like that, be gone Eldlich. Goodbye to Eldlixir. Attack for game. Scar Black advancing to the top 8. Get ready. TTK. Tenyi Adventure. Adventure Tenyi. We have no hand trap. Adventure Prank Kids versus Adventure Tenyi. Lion is going to chain link block the Hulk from being Ash Blossom. Not that he has it. With the level 4 token tuner, making a Yazi, playing Blackout in Adventure Tenyi. Why not Baron de Floor? I guess that's okay. Baron de Floor, pop Yazi, summon Taya, Baxia, then he doesn't have another card in the field to pop, so he would not be able to make a Chow Fang instead of the Yazi. I guess that's okay. Yazi is untargetable. Negates with the Ash. Now, because you wasted your Ash on the Water Enchantress, wait, is it a waste? He's going to actually negate it. He has another Rite of Adventure anyway, so why is he negating the Ash? Why is this a priority? I guess he knows that the 9 Pillar is going to negate the Rite of Air's Mirror, which is going to then allow us to use another one. Okay. Or the Baron to Floor negates. Baron or the 9 Pillar, so that we could use another one. Okay, makes sense. So he did prioritize being able to use 2. Using the second one, but now 9 Pillar negates the second one. Makes sense. I don't think Crossout was to bait Baron. It was to use double. Bro, who was the fool that said Yazi missed the timing? I hate when the chat gaslights me. I was thinking that it does not miss the timing, and then everyone in the chat just unites behind the wrong information. Oh, timing missed. Does not miss the timing. You negate the activation. That's what I said correctly before. Damn. Chiwin, come forth and summon off of your Yazi being destroyed. Dropsies into Meow. Dropsies activate, summoning the Lampsies. Come forth and Shokan into the Dooley-Doo. We still have Grandmaster negates. When do we negate? We would be negating double effective Dooley-Doo by negating it once right here from adding. He's not going to be able to add a Prank Kid card from the deck, but he could still make another Dooley-Doo. Even though he's fully negated, he can make another Dooley-Doo, and then that Dooley-Doo could add 2 cards in the graveyard back to the hand. So what we wanted to add with the Dooley-Doo, we're going to send to the graveyard with the Fansies instead, and then we're going to add it, or we're just going to Nightmare Unicorn. Let's go. Nightmare Unicorn, discard a card, returning the Grandmaster back into the extra deck, battle phase, wipe out the Taya, and we're ending on a Unicorn. Okay. Water Enchantress grabbing the rights. We still have Griffin Rider in the deck. We still got everything we want to need. This is free 4,000 attack plus an Omni negates. Do we have the Draco back also? We do have Draco back. Draco back can return the Unicorn, and that's going to be not enough for lethal. Not enough. 7,000 damage. And that's still 8,600 damage. Not lethal. Damn. There's nothing we could do. Okay, Herald of Arclight. Anything sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard is going to be banished instead. And we have another Omni Negate. We have triple Omni Negate. Triple the Negate. Roxy's into Meow Moo. Roxy's is going to get negated 100%. Negate. Chain the Droplet Mate. But to you, you're just doing this to be funny, I think. You have to banish a card from your hand. And if you do, you could special summon a Prank Kids. So you negated the negate, but then negated your own card. Can't wait. All right, Roxy's cannot properly resolve since we no longer have a card in the hand. Now he's scooping. Rite of Air's Mirror. So what you need to do here is, in my Prank Kid video, I tell you how to play around the Ash. And very good. The Fateful Adventure ate the Ash. We can call by the grave to negate and banish the Ash. What you want to do with the Adventure plus the Prank Kid is you want to activate the Fateful to search for Draco back on the summon of your Meow Moo. That's going to chain link block your Roxy's from being negated. And that's if they're going to hold on to the Ash. Yeah, I don't think this is this is good. I mean, he discarded Droplet. Summon Roxy's, don't activate Fateful. Summon Meow Moo. Meow Moo, he's not going to even Prank Kid play at all, and he discarded his Droplet. He didn't use up his normal summon. Bro, what? You could have banished Droplet with the Roxy's. This is not correct. I don't understand this. Okay, that's fine. It's not fine. But in the video, it shows you how to not do that. Evenly matched, going to banish everything except the token. You don't get to choose. The token cannot be banished face down, so the whole field gets banished. Negate. Got him. The Rite of Adventure. We're going to summon. Triggering to grab the Draco back. Bro, no, no, no! Both of you are not doing this correctly. Do not negate searching Draco back. You want to negate searching the Griffin Rider. If this is the trigger effect, do not negate the trigger. Negate the ignition. Not the trigger. And you Called by the Grave did also. You negated. No! Your own Called by the Grave negated your own Ash. It's okay. It was the wrong timing anyway. Come forth, Wandering Griffin Rider. Omni negates. We will be able to negate anything. We are in main phase 2 right now after evenly matched. Draco back returned the token, killing it. Come forth and choke on into Crystron Hulk. Hulk, come forth and summon into the Red Rose, into a Baron de Floor. Red Rose is going to summon the Rox Rose. Rox Rose is going to add the quick play spell to summon a Red Rose, the Basil Rose Shoot. We're going to Basil Rose Shoot, come forth and summon onto the field to now make a Barricade blocker, which will be able to make the Auroradon. We're not going to discard with the blocker. Come forth, the Auroradon. We have committed to our normal summon already, so Yazi cannot summon Taya from the hand. We're going to summon token, tribute itself, and the token is summoned an Olion. Olion and the token make a Danglong. Danglong's going to search for an Omni Negate on top of our already having an Omni Negates. The Danglong is going to send a level 7 from the deck to the graveyard, making a level 10 Synchro into the Chang Ying. Chang Ying is indestructible, could banish a card in the field and in the graveyard after a card is banished. We are now going to be doing that, banishing the Draco back and the Fateful Adventure, and we have an Omni Negates. Looks like he's not playing Heralds of Arclight. Heralds of Arclight, he is locked in a worm-type monster, so he would not be able to even do so. Baron de Floor, negating the Lampsies. We have no chain link block to protect our Prank Kid. And we're done. That's it. Miamu attacks, scoops it up. 2-0 victory.
Wow. How are you guys doing? How has the event been? Are you guys look at the Floowandereeze nuts? Got him. I'm back. This sea is so warm. There's only been 2 decks. Oh no. I mean, look at this. He's got the thing and the other thing, the statue and the... I said it was warm, not wet. Bruh. Latin Matter George, it's been a while, my friend. How's your child? Can you have a refund? Absolutely not. No refunds. Burbs? You guys like the burbs? Oh, I'm free.
Get the hell out of here.
Bye.
Oh, chat, what's going on with Phantom Knights? Is semi-limited on scales really that big of a deal? Deck was supposed to be dominating with Adventure. Does it need 3 of the Adventures to be good? Does it need more than 2 scales? We got Barrier Statue. You could not special summon non-wind monsters, but looks like you're a wind deck. Armed Dragon is a wind deck, unaffected by the Barrier Statue. Any special summon monster in attack position will not be able to activate. Double Rise of Mega Monarch is going to be stacking the Dreaming Town on top of the deck, putting the Armed Dragon level 3 back on top of the deck. Oh, look what we drew into. Very good. And straight to the battle phase we go. Shelmy taking a game 1 victory with Floowandereeze. not completely knocking out Armed Dragon, we will be going into game 2. Now, a big question a lot of people have is, should you Dimension Shifter at the start of the turn, or should you wait? I do think it's dependent on having other hand traps. If Dimension Shifter is your only hand trap, I would say it's best to wait. They might commit to a play that they would not want to do, knowing that all the cards are going to be banished. So you could wait for them to make Anaconda, then drop the Dimension Shifter before they activate. That would be devastating, right? They'd have an Anaconda doing nothing that can't activate. But if you have another hand trap, you can't activate the other hand trap and then use the Dimension Shifter. It's only activatable if you have no cards in the graveyard. You have to have no cards in the graveyard. So when there is an opportune moment to use your Ghost Ogre to pop, which would be the Adventure token play, you're not going to be able to chain Dimension Shifter to your Ghost Ogre. You're going to lose out on your Dimension Shifter. So in this circumstance, you might want to Dimension Shifter right away, maybe, which he's not doing. Now he's doing it. So he can max C now. Very good. What the heck does this thing do? Tribute a monster, special summon Gaia or level 5 dragon from your hand or deck. Did not want to do that under the max C. We have Rabina searching for a level 4 or lower. Eagle searching for a level 7 or higher. Empin searching for a spell or trap. What spell or trap are we grabbing? We're going to be Floowandereeze recycling from the banish pile back to the hand. We got the Dreaming Town to summon during the opponent's turn. We're not going to perform the additional summon with the Empin effect. Set the Dreaming Town back to you. Now, during your opponent's turn with the Dreaming Town, we're going to be able to spin up to 2 cards on the field back to the hand. We could set up an Omni Negate. We could set up a Barrier Statue for preventing special summoning. This wants a special summon, but it's probably going to special summon a wind monster, which we're only preventing non-wind monsters from summoning. We're going to grab the barrier anyway, but I don't think we're going to summon the barrier. We're going to grab probably the Ryza Mega Monarch to then spin the turtle to the top of the deck. That's exactly what we're doing. Ryza Mega Monarch, putting the turtle on top of the deck, chaining Call by the Grave onto the Maxi as he tries to stack Maxi back on top of his own deck. I do not think so. And now he's guaranteed to draw the turtle next turn. We know exactly what he's drawing. He can control the whole duel with the Ryza. The Ryza could have returned itself back to the hand, but then would be likely losing lethal. We're going to be doing lethal damage right now. As long as you don't pot a P in main phase 1, you're not going to lose out on lethal, halving your damage. We did see someone accidentally do that today. I would say it was probably a mistake. We're going to then summon the Eagle. Eagle going to be searching for our second Ryza. Ryza, additional summon. And just like that, double Ryza and the Empin attacking for game. GG, no re, 2-0 victory, knocking out Armed Dragon from the tournament. To the top 8, Floowandereeze goes. Now, Madolche is a deck that's probably going to be playing Small World. Small World to be making plays. We'll see if he actually uses that within this match. Water Enchantress grabbing the rights. We're going to be summoning a token. Fateful Adventure grabbing the Wandering Griffin Rider. Now, with this play, you could do the play on my YouTube channel, which is going to be the Galaxy Tomahawk play. You could Vishuda, activate special summon, then you have to chain. You don't have to chain the Wandering Griffin Rider because we have a token, but get the Wandering Griffin Rider and the Vishuda and go Tomahawk into huge wombo combo play. Will he do it though? Equipping, Vishuda come forth and summon, Wandering Griffin Rider. We don't know if he's doing it yet. He's not. That's okay. We're gonna Crystron Hulk. Hulk play instead of going for the Galaxy Tomahawk play. Make an Aurora Dawn. We have enough room to summon our 3 tokens. And because we're not playing Despot 001, we don't need room for the 001. We don't need 4 spots. So with the Adventure engine, that makes Despot 001 worse. Come forth and Shokan to the Dang Long. Now, on top of 4 Omni Negates, you cannot activate light monsters. Light monsters are now legal. No light monsters. Negate, 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 negates. And you can't droplet send monster from the hand to the graveyard because anything sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard is banished instead. So it's an illegal activation. Chaining the droplet, but we can negate droplet. Easy. Any of our cards will be able to negate it. Wandering Griffin Rider. He was not able to send a monster. Double negates. 2 more negates left. And light monsters could not activate. Can we play through 2 more negates? No, we cannot. Did Adventure make MD better? It's too early to say, but you know, let's see if you say anyway. Yes, no. Not decided yet. You're holding your judgment. You want more info. Called by the Grave is going to negate the Ash Blossom. Where's the poll? Did the poll happen? Did they like change the chat? I don't know. The poll's gone. Did the poll ever happen? I don't know. Whatever. The Sistart's going to protect all our back row from being targeted, the face-up ones, and also being destroyed. We got Mageline, and we're ending our turn. And just like I said, 1 negates. That's it. Negate anything, though. Has to be on the fields. Normal summoning, Shokan into the Christian Hulk. We will be able to negate that. Do we have a way to stop the negate? We have nothing. Hulk will be negated. Will not be negated. We're waiting. He's not negating. Auroradon will be negated. Is he negating? He's not negating. He's not negating. He's holding on to the negate. No negate. Let him go all the way, mate. We have already committed to the normal summon. Sending a Shuna. Now he's going to make a bear in the floor, which will now negate the negate. Why did we wait so long to negate? What? Now the negate gets negated. Okay. Come forth and summon with the Ashuna. Synchroning with the Chillin to make the Grand Master. Grand Master is going to search. He's going to try to negate, but we are going to negate the negate. Negate. The Bear on the floor is only negate once while face up, so that is its final negate. We're going to grab a Longyan, and we already have Protoss in the hand. This is disgusting. We're going to be able to make Chang Ying. If we have a way to banish a card, we will trigger the Chang Ying to banish a card on the field and in the grave. Non-targeting double banish. Do we have a way to banish right now? I don't think we... Protoss banish. Protoss banish, triggering the Chang Ying, banishing the Salon and the Promenade, wiping out almost the entire field. Sistart's going to protect itself from destruction by returning a card in the graveyard back into the hand. Declaring Earth. Earth monsters cannot be special summoned. Activate the ticket, could not special summon due to the Protoss. Attacking again. Continually returning cards in the graveyard back into the hand or deck to protect itself from destruction. Protect, protect, protect. We are safe. But we can't special summon Earth monsters. We're going to pop the Chateau. We did not want to do that in the... why didn't we do that main phase 1? Wait, what? Okay, I think we screwed that up a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to trigger the effect of the Chang Ying by negating a card in the field of the Grand Master. Chang Ying, banish the Sistart, banish a card in the grave, and you cannot special summon Earth monsters. You have been hard countered by Protoss. Whoa, we have Salamangreat in the top 16. Are you kidding me? Discard a card, grab a Cyburst card. Max C before the buffer low is going to activate its effect. Buffer low must discard a Cyburst to draw 2 when it leaves the field. We're going to Ash Blossom, negate the Max C. No more hand traps. Jax Leo with the grass that's greener. With Dimension Shifter running around, do you really want to be playing a grass that looking greener deck right now? Let's get drawn. Draw 2. If we draw into the main Salamangreat that is limited to 1, it will be able to summon right now. We're not going to. We have Droll and Lockbird for the matchup against Floowandereeze. Very good against them. Shokan into the Bale. Imperial Order negates the adventure cards, negates the grass looking greener. We have Salamangreat Roar, which is going to be Solemn Judgment, negate anything. And the Droll and Lockbird is going to prevent him from further searching. No more searching. He cannot Fateful Adventure search for the Draco back. He cannot search for the Griffin Rider. He may not even need to Imperial Order, but can do it anyway. Just do it anyway. Negate. It is overkill. Grass is now dead. Right is gone. Hold up. You could not activate the effects of monsters on the field the turn you activate this card. He could not activate the scales, even though it was negated. This was negated, but this negated card is negating the scales. Holy shite. Feels bad. Cherubini is going to send a monster, level 3 monster. I never said the activation was negated. Who said that? Did we just negate Cherubini? Maybe we just want it off the field? Okay. If it's destruction, it's okay to negate. Okay, don't kick W, chill. Wait, we're negating the Rhino. Okay, we're not negating the Cherubini. I thought. The Wolf's going to be protected by banishing the Balings from the graveyard, so we are not being destroyed. He was going to send a Burning Abyss from the deck to the graveyard. Imperial Order. If he pops the artifact Lancia, it will be summoning. He's going to use the Cherubini to send the Lancia to the graveyard to protect it from being destroyed by battle. We have Imperm, negate, minus 700, Keg W. Sending the Graph, send it, summon a Sir from the deck. Sir and the Cherubini come forth and make Nightmare Unicorn. Nightmare Unicorn, return a card on the field back into the deck, getting rid of the Wolf. And Cherubini is going to be resummoned onto the field. We go in Access Code Talker. Enter in the codes. Up, left, right, A, B. Access Code Talker is here. 5,300 damage plus 700 from Imperial Order. He can leave him at 500 limping by taking out every other card. You do want to toggle on right now. Toggle on, you will be able to, in permanence, negate the Access Code Talker before it destroys. Now, that is when your toggle on can negate. Negate. Even if the Access Code Talker banishes itself off the field, if there's a skill drain on the field, it will still destroy a card in the field, but the impermanence will fully negate it. It's like dumping a bucket of water on the Access Code Talker. If it leaves the field, it's still negated. And the skill drain is like a pole. You duck under the pole, you will not be negated. 23. Ripping into circle, and our own Imperial Order is negating us. Negate. That's what you get. Access Code Talker, no longer negated. Taking out Imperial Order to then activate Grass that's looking green. With 47 cards in his deck, now 46. The opponent has 29. He's going to be milling a ton. Cherubini come forth and summon. Cherubini send from the deck to the graveyard. He's scooping. Before he even reveals he has Grass that's green. Pariah surrendering to Jax Leo. Gio, this shake's worse. Gia? What? The new shake's worse. Okay. Buffalo, discard a Cyburst, draw 2. And we got the circle making our Wolf unaffected. We got the Rage, pop 2. Roar, negate anything. Set 2 before randomly discarding with the danger. Drawing Lockbird. After you drew, you're not allowed to draw anymore. No more drawing. You're done. Monster Reborn, reborning the Foxy from the graveyard. Come forth and summon. Rage is going to pop 2 cards on the field, targeting the Wolf to use its Link 2 rating to pop 2. Wandering Griffin Rider is going to be negated by the Salamangreat Roar. Negate and destroy. Now, this is where Pariah thinks he's out of gas. But he's got a Grass that's greener. Gazelle is here, triggering the Wolf. Wolf could add a monster in the graveyard, a fire monster back to the hand. We have Ash Blossom negate the Grass, though. Oh, no. Falco, reset the Rage. We cannot activate the Rage again this turn. Ash, negate. Pop 2, negate the Griffin, and negate the Grass. Negate, pop 2. He's not scooping. Salamangreat Circle is, what? Why did you do that? He forgot his own, he forgot. His own Droll and Lockbird negated his circle from searching in the end phase. All right. Rage. Pop in that set Graph. Graph summon a Farfa from the deck. What the? If Farfa is sent to the graveyard, it will banish a monster on the field. So are we going to play around that? Gazelle and the Wolf. We're going to be sending a card from the deck to the graveyard. Wolf is going to be adding the Ash Blossom back to the hand. It is a fire monster. Being able to recycle the Ash with Salamangreat. It's a cool little combo they could do. Update Jammer into Access Code Talker. Farfa literally banishes your Access Code Talker. What are we gonna do? What are we doing? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Access Code Talker and ban. That's what I think is happening. Bro, you're not gonna read his card? Wait, why did he scoop? He didn't know, but he didn't know. They both didn't know. They didn't know. What? They both didn't know. You have Droll. What is Droll going to be good for here? Imperm, negate. By activating the Torn Scales on normal summon, you're not going to be able to use the Adventure Engine now. I'm not even sure if Jax Leo's playing the Adventure cards. Did we see it in game 1 or 2? She's playing 60 card, Phantom Knight, Burning Abyss. Cherubini is going to be sending the Ragged Gloves. Ragged Gloves can send a Phantom Knight card from the deck to the graveyard. Calcab is going to come forth and summon to make Rusty. Rusty is going to send and set a trap. The Droll and Lockbird is not activatable. Now we could Droll and Lockbird. Not negating the search, but preventing further searches if we wanted to. Very good. The Boots would have further searched for another card, and that has now been prevented. We are going to be summoning the Scales off of the Cloak being banished. The Shade is now going to special summon onto the field as long as you have no trap in the graveyard. Are we making Rongo? Are we making Rongo? What? Bro. This is Rongo. This is Rongo. Ragged Gloves send for the deck to the graveyard, sending the Fog Blade. It's 6 material Rongo. Holy shite. The ultimate monster. Unaffected by other card effects, your opponent cannot summon and destroy your opponent's entire field. That's 6 material Rongo. And now you're done. There's no way. Destroy everything, can't summon, can't special, unaffected. What do you do? What do you do? You can only set your monsters. Discarding Spinny, grabbing the Bufferlo. Bufferlo set, can't normal. He loses a material in the end phase, but due to being 6 material, he didn't lose any of his effects. Wipe the field. We're going to Rusty send the Cloak, grabbing the Shade. I should say the Fog Blade. Leviair, detach a material, come forth and summon it just like that. Rongo preventing him from special summoning, wiping the entire field, unaffected by everything. Rongo has won the duel and the entire match. Eldlich. Pada E must be used at the start of the main phase. The first play you make, Ash is going to negate. Alrighty. We're going to activate the Lord of the Heavenly Prison, protecting our set cards from being destroyed. If we activate one of our set cards, the Lord of Heavenly Prison will be summoning onto the fields. If you chain Ghost and Match to the summon of the Ecclesia, Ecclesia could still jump off the field. Water's going to summon a Water token, still not going to be affected by the Gozen Match. But you probably want a Gozen Match now. Or not. Let's look at when you should Gozen Match. You just summoned a light monster that could have been prevented We're going to look at Swordsoul Tenyi. We could even type in the filter Swordsoul and then type in water monsters if he were to lock himself into water only. He is Gozen matching now. Going to be preventing the summon of the Long Yun, waiting for the summon of the Long Yun before activating the Gozen match. That will trigger the effect of the Lord of Heavenly Prison to come forth and summon onto the field, setting a pot of E for next turn to draw 2. We don't have a way to stop the pot of E unless we use Blackout in the draw phase. Blackout, pop the pot of E, pop another card in the fields, and that could be the way to stop him from drawing 2. We're not stopping him from drawing 2. We have Imperm to negate. Negate the pot of E with the Imperm instead of popping 2. Very good. Dimension Barrier is very good against Swordsoul. He's going to be popping up the Gozen match and the Eldlich. Aquero is going to summon within the battle phase 1,800 additional damage. Dimensional Barrier, this is a non-side deck tournament. People are main decking side deck cards, so you know what's good to use on the ladder. You declare Synchro. Synchro cannot be summoned, and Synchro monsters on the field are negated. Before even seeing the Dimensional Barrier, scooping. We got Chang Ying is going to be able to banish a card on the field and in the graveyard. You could trigger it with the Grandmaster. Grandmaster could activate to banish a card from the graveyard, negating your Protos, triggering the Chang Ying to double banish. There needs to be a card in the graveyard to banish in order to activate the Chang Ying. Pot of E, nothing we could do about that. We could trigger the Chang Ying with the Crossout Designate also. Now there's a card in the graveyard, so we could trigger the Chang Ying to double banish. Eldlich, the Golden Lord. Bro! Yeah, there's nothing he could do there. Damn. Damn. Indestructible and gone. Wow. That sucked. I mean, he could have stopped him from searching Eldlich. He could have. That was his choice. I think banishing the Cursed Eldland was actually the play, right? I don't know. If you know they're going to search Eldlich, right? You know they're going to search it. If you banish the Cursed Eldland in the pot of E in the graveyard, then there's no Eldlich unless they already have it in the hand. You know the Eldlich counters your Chang Ying, so it's your last opportunity to even activate it. Oh boy. 5 set. Should have declared light. It would have been pop in the Grandmaster, but, you know, could have done that. Mo Yi, reveal a Swordsoul, goes in match, locking him into water or light, plus skill drain, negate. Keck, wait. We're going to declare light. Light is selected. No token. He's scooping. That's it. That's it. 2-0 victory. Eldlich versus the Adventure Phantom Knights. We're going to grab some of the Adventure token, grab in the Faithful Adventure. We're going to be searching for the Griffin to then special summon. We are not going to be discarding the Draco back or searching it. We already have it. We're going to be banishing the Cloak to grab the Boots. Boots summon, and we're going to make an Almirage to get in the graveyard to then grab a Shade with the Boots. Shade is going to summon itself onto the field to then send to the graveyard for a Link Spider. We're now going to make Anaconda. What a crazy way to make Anaconda. Almirage, Link Spider, Anaconda, DPE, all protected by the Adventure Engine. The Griffin Rider is going to be able to negate anything. Omni negates. Let's go. What do we negate? Do we wait for a back row card? What you need to know about the Griffin is if it negates, it goes back on the deck, then the Faithful Adventure could search for it again to negate again next turn. So by not negating on your opponent's turn, you might be considering that to be wasting a negate. The DPE popping itself against a back row deck. I recommend if you're playing against back row, not that Dr. RBA knew he was playing against Eldlich, he maybe didn't. I think that on the turn you summon the DPE, you should pop it and another card to get it in the graveyard, then summon it during your opponent's turn if they're playing a back row deck, and then during their end phase, do not destroy your DPE because in Eldlich deck, they play Aquero to banish your DPE. They play the Dragon Ice Prison to steal your DPE. try to keep DPE on the field. But in this case, he doesn't have to worry about it. Well, yeah, he doesn't really have to. The Gozen match is not going to stop him from summoning it. He will be able to negate, skill drain, negate the Griffin. Griffin does not return to the deck as a cost. So skill drain does negate the Griffin. And you can't droplet send Griffin to the graveyard to negate. Chain skill drain. What do we do? What do we do? We're going to have to Draco back return. But how do we Draco back return? We're going to have to maintain Earth. We're going to have to leave the token on the field. Everything's going to go to the graveyard. We're going to lose our DPE. This is not good. It's resolving. That's it. Negates. Goes in match. Leaving everything but the token, as I suspected. Losing out on the DPE. DPE is gone. Draco back in the graveyard. Activate. Equip onto the token. It's a free discard. We can return the Goes in match or skill drain, returning the skill drain, and we're going to beat him down with the token. The token's indestructible by battle. On the first time, it would be destroyed by battle. You cannot droplet send the token. You must be sending a card that can be sent to the graveyard. Torrential Tribute, wiping out the field. We're going to activate the Water Enchantress, banishing, grabbing the Ray of Adventure. We're going to draw 2 with Celestial, then end our turn. We don't have a way to recycle the Draco back. Our anti-floodgate is no more. We're going to maxi chain to the effect of Eldlich to add back to the hand. You don't have to special summon. You could choose to not special summon. He's choosing to summon. Draw a card off the maxi. Why not? 3,500 attack, indestructible. Just for them drawing 1 card, that's a good trade. How do we beat Skill Drain Gozen? We don't. We can't. No more Draco back. We no longer have an out. We're going to summon the token and no more Draco back in the decks. There might be some people playing 2. Maybe because there's no side deck, you might want to play more than 1 Draco back. That's kind of crazy, though. Some Prinked players are playing 2 Fateful Adventure because it eats the Ash. Call by the Grave. Negate that Ash from negating our Eldlich. Cross out Designate to negate the negates. Ensuring the Ash negates the Eldlich from summoning an Eldlich. Dr. RBA putting up a good fight against Skill Drain and Goes in match. Not able to summon Lord of Heavenly Prison due to the Lina locking him into light. Setting cross out passing. He wants to keep him locked into light. He doesn't want him to summon the Lord. Keep the light on the fields. But, you know, now he's going to summon Gozen. Oh, I should say summon the Eldlich. Send the Gozen in the graveyard. Come forth and summon Golden Lord from the graveyard. Yeah, could he have Eldlich summon the Lord? That's okay. He doesn't need to. Lethal damage. Clyde Strife taking a Game 1 victory in the top 16. Ray of Adventure. Get our token. Grab the Fateful. Fateful grab the Water Enchantress. Discarding the Crossout Designate. We're going to special summon the Water Enchantress. Triggering the Fateful to grab the Draco back. Making a Link Spider to now Shokan into Anaconda. Anaconda DPE pass. Now, the problem with the play I generally say to make, which is to DPE, get DPE in the graveyard so it does not go to the graveyard during the opponent's end phase, is now going to get countered by Called by the Grave. Water Enchantress banishing to grab the Right of Adventure from the graveyard or the deck. We're going to grab from the graveyard. And we end it. So keeping the DPE on the field. We'll be playing around Called, but the Called will be getting it during the end phase. Pada E. Nothing to negate the Pada E. Curse Outland could search for an Eldlich. We're going to negate. Popping itself or another card in the field to take out the Cursed Outland. Cursed Outland will activate its other effect to send an Eldlich card from the deck to the graveyard. We can Call by the Grave, negate, cross out Designate, negate the negates. Negate. Now, because he had cross out Designate, I do think he should have popped his Anaconda on his own turn with Eldlich, or I should say with the DPE, then come out. Then he would be able to keep the DPE on the field. Now he's going to lose to Dragonite's Prison. So can we all agree that that is a mistake? getting his DP in the graveyard, which he could have avoided. I do think so. You don't want DPE in the grave. This could have been avoided. We're going to grab the Elixir. And we're going to grab another Elixir. We got Golden Land. We got Dragon Ice Prison. Ice Prison's going to grab the DPE, which could have been destroying the end phase. Let me explain this to you. It does not destroy in the end phase if you play it correctly. You summon DPE with the Anaconda. Then you DPE destroy itself plus the Anaconda or another card in the field. Then DPE in the standby phase of your opponent's turn will summon. They try to call by the grave, you negate with cross out. Then during your end phase, you keep DPE on the field, pop a back row, or pop the Curse-Out Land. Just keep DPE on the fields. That's it. Now the DPE does not get destroyed. It stays on the fields. And this would not have happened. And I do advocate for that play every time we see Eldlich. I say the same thing. So this is not hindsight. I'm not saying it based off of this duel. I say it nearly every duel where DPE and Eldlich is involved to avoid this. And you may be thinking, playing around the Dragon Ice Prison, play around Haquero. Haquero is played in Eldlich. Torrential Tribute? Keck wait? What? Wiping out the entire field. DPE, okay, is negated from his own call by the grave, by the way. Or, oh, wait. DPE is negated. What was it negated by? Why is it negated? DPE negated. What just happened here? Okay, the dragon. The Dragon Ice Prison negated it. Okay. Golden Land Forever. Negate. From summoning a token and grabbing the Fateful Adventure. And triple set. Draw 2. We drawing. Droplet. Set. We got Ash Blossom for the Elixir. Pot of P could be negated. Holy DP to the E is now back. I cannot believe it. And just like that, Clyde Stripe surrendering to Dr. RBA. Let's go into game 3. Pot of P, no negates for these. Set up the floodgates and just win. Imperial Order goes in match. How do you lose? You can't. And we have Skill Drain. Oh my Jesus. We can't even Harpy Feather Duster because they're protected from being destroyed. Negate. Goes in match. Skill Drain. Imperial Order. This is ridiculous. Why is this not banned? Konami, what are you doing? Could you ban this damn card already? Why? That is lethal damage. Wiping out Water Enchantress. Nothing he can do to stop this play. Clyde Strife with the power of Skill Drain and Imperial Order winning the match. Skill Drain also has an animation. They added an animation to Skill Drain. Nice.